Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the next episode, if you will, of the Self Publishing Hub YouTube channel. Uh, I'm actually trying to already make some improvements from our first video, and there's so many places I could start. As you can tell, the first one is making the actual logo big enough so you can actually read it. So small wins there. Um, hey, like I said, I'm new at this. The second one, um, use of the microphone. Hopefully that will help. This is actually the microphone I use to uh, dictate all my writing, which really does speed up stuff, by the way. Um, so hopefully that will make for an overall more enjoyable video. But let's actually talk about what this video is about. So, like any smart, just savant when it comes to marketing, the topic we're going to cover in the second video, I feel like is a no-brainer. This topic has viral capacity written all over it. I'm pretty much predicting like 300,000 followers after this, just because the organic shares that are going to happen. Yeah, you guessed it. We're going to talk about the proper use of italics today. Yeah, I know it sounds stupid. I know. I understand. Why would anyone write a blog post about italics? Why would anyone have a video about how to use it correctly? Well, long story short, like I said in the first video, I wanted to kind of share what I was learning, take away barriers for other people. Sometimes those barriers are may seem silly to other people that never struggle with things like the proper use of punctuation, right? Like italics, or formatting text, things like that. Seems silly, right? In the grand scheme of things, in terms of writing talent, and you're right, right? Editors are huge in my world, and people like me that need help, they're tremendously helpful. But it's amazing how things can become actual mental hurdles for people to get started, right? And if someone just thinks, hey, you know what, this is another reason why I have no business writing a book, even though I have this great story that I'd love to share, love to write, and I think it would entertain some people. It's just another thing that, this is such a simple thing. Like, am I using my italics right? I don't want to put this out there and get killed, right? So, anyway, this was one of those things that I wanted to clear up for myself. So I did a lot of research around it because, in the corporate world, you're doing a lot of um, PowerPoint presentations, a lot of sales training. I've done a lot of that in my life. Obviously, uh, having everything spelled right and punctuated the right way, being clean is usually important. But you have other people that sometimes clean that up for you. I'm the type of person that would be creating killer content, and then I'd have random words capitalized, right? Just because I'm typing fast and a speed thing, or I'd have italics somewhere because it looked good, right? And that creates or re-emphasizes bad habits that you don't want to have when you're writing a novel. So one of the things I wanted to clear up, because it was just like this gap in my head that I was like, well, am I even doing this the right way? Like, is this going to make the reading experience so unenjoyable for my readers that they're just going to not get past the first few chapters? And sometimes it's self doubt, right? So some of the stuff obviously I knew, some of the stuff I wanted clarity on. So I looked up, when do you italicize stuff and when don't you? Just to bone up on those rules. And I'm thinking there might be a small handful of people maybe that have the same kind of question. Probably again not the best topic to semi-launch a YouTube channel with because it's only a second video. But if you're one of the small amount of writers or people thinking that they want to write and kind of have this mental hurdle that might be holding you back, again, it's stuff you can learn, right? Or at the very least, surround yourself with good editors that can call you out for how bad it is, like mine do. So um, let's go over to the screen here and actually take a look at an article um, that I've actually put together around this topic. And you can see here. Um, by the way, I want some credit for, I don't even know what kind of animals are these. I'm not even sure. Having a brain fart here for a second. But anyway, they're cute. Um, here you can see a complete article on the use of italics. You can read more about it simply going selfpublishinghub.com/italics. There's a nice short link for you guys to go there. And we're going to cover in depth in this article, 9 different places that you should use italics and how exactly you should use them with examples and how you shouldn't use them. So where there are exceptions. In this video, I'm not going to go through all 9 because, I mean, heck, if you already made it about 5 minutes in listening to this, then you deserve a prize. Um, Either that or you really just really want to learn this stuff. But either way, we'll go through a few here, and then you can go, like I said, to the blog article and get the examples. But let's just cover something as simple as the proper use of italics when it comes to titles, right? So one of the places you're supposed to use italics is to denote a title. So here's the easiest way to think about: do I italicize this title or don't I? If it's a standalone work, meaning a standalone book, TV show, short story, newspaper, something that hold water on its own, right? Then you italicize it. As you can see here, I wrote an article, a sentence as an example. My girlfriend and I watched an episode of The Goldbergs TV show, right? A great one, by the way, and it's italicized. And the entire thing was a parody of The Goonies, another awesome movie. So right there, you can get a glimpse as to how sophisticated my sense of humor is, everybody. But you can see those are both standalone works, and they're italicized. Something also to keep in mind, if the title of the standalone work has an exclamation point or a question mark in it, you want to italicize that too, right? So there's a nuance there. At least for me, it wasn't something that I was, maybe I should have just paid more attention when I was actually reading. But again, maybe this is a typical guy thing, not always the best when it comes to the details. And this was one of those scenarios. Um, there are some exceptions when it comes to titles that you should not italicize, though, and I think that's also important to know. So you should not italicize religious works, such as writing the Bible. Right here, you can see the Bible is not italicized, right? Also, you shouldn't italicize books within the Bible. Same goes for any title of a something that can't stand alone, like I said. So if you're writing the title to a short story that's part of an anthology, then you wouldn't italicize that. If you are writing a single episode of a TV show, so say you wanted to write the title to a specific episode of the Goldbergs, you wouldn't italicize that because it's part of a larger work, right? Same goes for journal articles because they don't stand alone. Song titles are another one. You do not italicize song titles. Yes, I know they're a title of a work, a type of work, but you put those in between um, quotation marks, right? So you can see here, um, Angie listened to her new favorite song, It's Raining Men. Again, I must have been feeling in a cheeky mood when I wrote this sentence by the Weather Girls, but you can see here, it's not italicized, right? The title is in quotation marks. So that's the right way to do that. Um, the second example of italicization that we talk about is use of foreign words. Okay, so in this example, Adam pulled into the cul-de-sac. You can see it's italicized. Um, right on time for their secret rendezvous. Right, again, italicized. Um, all right, I think you guys get the point. So either you're thinking this is way too simple and you can't believe you just spent 8 or 9 minutes of your life watching this, or this has been semi-helpful. If you want to know more detail about these other, all 9 of these, where to use italics, how to do it the right way, titles, foreign words, inner thoughts, dreams and memories, um, to show emphasis, sounds reproduced as words, names of ships, letters as letters, and words as words. Very specific examples of where to use italics. Then just go to selfpublishinghub.com/italics to learn more. Thanks. Hope this is helpful.